Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am the dust at the feet of God's servants. Only God is special. I was a little bit naughty. And YouTube went, not today, not today. So they did the temporary stream ban thing, and then all of a sudden they stopped the stream. It is what it is, so I've come back with another stream because I'm a rebel and I don't care what they say. I'm gonna do what I want, Let's load up the chat for this one. I don't think anyone's going to be here yet. Oh, someone's here already. I was about to end stream soon anyway, so I didn't really need to do this, but I don't like the way it just kind of ended. So, D's here. Says, yes, DD, the video... wait, remind me later. D says, yes, DD, will the video be able to come back so we can review later? Unfortunately not. It killed my stream. So... what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to play... oh, the stream will be available. Like, you can still rewatch it later. Yes, you can rewatch it at any point, but you won't be able to rewatch what you missed, because the stream was killed off. But I'm going to finish playing the video, because I was about to make a comment on one of the things that was happening in the video. I didn't realize my stream went offline. I was watching the main video. So, it's just this bit here.
Chat, chit, chat.
Oh, wait.
It took me 500 years to take Oogway's chi. I will have yours if it takes me 500 more.
Chitty, chat,
Chit,
chit,
chat.
You want my chi so bad? Then take it.
Yes, the power is mine. Wait, no, it's too much. That's too much. No.
Skadoosh, as it were. Yeah, so that was the last bit I wanted to show. Just because the guy with the horns is like, oh, I'm going to take your power. And he's like, fine, you could have it. And he gives it to him, and then it blows him up from the inside. It reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. There's this scene where Goku's fighting Boo, and he gets absorbed by Boo. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take your power. I'm going to absorb you. For those that don't get the reference, don't worry about it. But for those who get the reference, Goku's like, oh, you want power? You want my power? Here's my power. And he starts powering up. And then Boo's like, shit, I can't handle this much power. It's too much power. And I think that kind of goes back to what the turtle told him at the beginning. He said, don't take. Like, you don't want to take. It's not good for you. And that's what happens when you take too much. It destroys you from within. It destroys you from within. See what I mean? There's wisdom everywhere. Lessons always to be learned. D says, Matthew 3:12, whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat unto the garner, but he will burn up the chaff with the unquenchable fire. D says, oh man, good stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We never got to touch on the Muslim eschatology, so we might do that another day. And also, we've got the Ravioli's friend, what's her face? Thingamabobby. You know, that name that I've only heard a couple of times. That girl that wants to talk about Bahaism. So that should be an interesting stream coming up if we do it. Shiva says YouTube and their copyright nonsense. Yeah, it makes zero sense. You've got a whole video there. I think that was from one of the official channels, but there's also like unofficial channels where I'll stream their video and I'll get copyrighted, and I'm like, wait, makes no sense. No sense. You've got it on an unofficial channel and it's no problem, but yeah, it is what it is. To be honest, that video wasn't meant to be for a lesson. That video was meant to be just for fun. It came on automatically after the Simpsons one, and I was like, Who am I to argue with God? Who am I to argue with God? He wants us to watch this, so I just sat back and enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys heard me. I did say that I've never seen that movie before. I've seen clips of it, but I never actually watched a full movie myself, so it was nice to watch and sit there and enjoy the fight scenes. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Hope it wasn't a complete waste of time. Well, it wasn't for me, but I don't know about you guys. You guys might not like cartoons like I like cartoons. D dropped the praising frequencies link. Thank you very much, D. Appreciate that again. She says wheat and tears are chaff. Nagar. Thank you very much. That's the name. Yeah. So, yeah, that should be a good conversation. I don't know anything about Bahaism. Literally nothing. I think they just a sect of Islam. That's all I kind of know about them. And maybe that they have a Mahdi type figure. They've got a prophet type figure called Mirza, or is that some other sect? I don't know. I get confused with all the different sects and the different beliefs, but it should be an interesting conversation. So yeah, look forward to that one. Shiva says, DD, Jason of Arcrix is having a big gathering soon in Nevada in a casino. There are people going to it from all over the world. That's cool. I don't think I'll be able to make it though. Well, actually, you never know. You never know what he's got planned. So who knows? But I don't think I will be. But we'll see what happens. D says, yes, don't know what she believes. Should be interesting. Yeah, should be an interesting conversation, getting a different perspective, especially from a different flavor of Islam. Because we've spoken to Muhammad before. We've spoken to before, the guy who's Quran only. We've spoken to Muslims who are Quran and Hadith. And yeah, I haven't spoken to any Ahmadis. Those are the guys that believe in Ahmadi. And then Baha'i, and I don't think we've spoken to any Sufis either. Well, we kind of did talk. Did we talk to him online? No, I spoke to a Sufi guy at Speaker's Corner once, but yeah, never online. So yeah, it'll be an interesting conversation, different perspective, and who knows? It might make more sense than Islam. Maybe it might make less sense. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's have that conversation. D says Ravioli is inviting Chris too. DD, I don't think he's inviting him over here. I think it's more of a go over to his stream and have that conversation with him, because he's going to talk more like actual scholarly stuff, like he calls it. He calls it scholarly stuff. So if they want to go over there and have a talk about the actual text and all that stuff, a debate about that, they're more than welcome to. But with me, it's more about getting perspectives, trying to understand what people believe, why they believe what they believe, and I'll be asking a lot more random questions that kind of like take me on a flying dragon journey. Ooh, or snake journey, like a cobra. Anyway, my style's a bit different. You know what my style's like. It's like there's no set of questions. There's no leading people anywhere. It's just literally having a conversation, go with the flow, see what questions arise, see where there's inconsistencies or things need further explanation, and just go with the flow and try and understand the person a little bit better. But yeah, they're more welcome to go onto Chris's stream afterwards and do or even before, and do a full scholarly conversation. But I don't mind looking at the text and giving my opinion, but yeah, if they're going to be debating about texts and stuff like that, I don't know enough. I know what I know, and that's as much as I know. D says, hit the like, thumb, subscribe. Yes, you might as well hit the like button again on this new video, since I was being naughty on the last one, getting copyright hit again. But it is what it is. I do what I want when I want. D says, you look relaxed tonight, DD. Everything in place with your new career? Unfortunately not, actually. It's actually taken a left turn. It's surprising you asked me that, actually. So I did a stream yesterday, the driving stream, where I was driving to the medical. And it was weird. So before I left home, I called the guy up because I never got an email from them. I did not get an email from the company to say, hey, come in for this medical. I only got a phone call from the guy saying, hey, come in for this medical. So because I never got no email, I got no confirmation email, no here's an address that you need to be at or anything like that. So on that morning, I called him up before I left home and I was like, let me just make sure I'm heading in the right direction. He didn't answer. So I was like, screw it, it is what it is. I'll just head over to the place I went for the interview. Now I've gone to the place while I was streaming. You guys may have watched the stream of me driving while I was going there, explaining that I was going for just a quick medical. I've already got the job. They've already offered me the job, blah, 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 blah. Now, once I get there, I give them a call. Again, I get there early because I like to be early rather than late, as I said on that previous stream. And especially if I have to go to another location, I better be there early. So I get there early. I give him a call. I'm like, hey, buddy, I just wanted to make sure that this medical's happening here because I'm here. And he was like, oh, I was supposed to call you. Oh, yeah, we've had to cancel the medicals. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, we've had to cancel the medicals. But you could come up and fill in the paperwork. And I was like, all right, cool. Since I'm here, I'll come up and fill in some paperwork if it's just standard paperwork. And then I'll head home and come back for the medical another day. Now I head up and I fill out the paperwork. And as I'm filling it out, I think to myself, don't sign the paperwork. Just fill in the details, but don't put your signature on it because it was a medical form. It was a medical form. So it's like, you could fill in your details, but don't sign the end. Don't sign your end. I was telling myself this as I was filling in the details. And as I got to the end of the details, towards the end of the details, he comes in and he starts talking to me while I'm filling out the paperwork. And I end up making a mistake. I have to cross it out and write again the correct thing because I was trying to listen to him and trying to write at the same time because, like I said, I'd like to give people my full attention. I like to understand what they're saying. You know, if someone's talking to me, I am trying to focus on exactly what they're saying so I can understand them. But at the same time, I'm trying to get this thingy filled out so he could carry on with this life and I could carry on with my life. So, yeah, as I'm filling it out, I make a mistake, cross it out, fix that mistake, and I carry on writing. And then at the end, I see the box, it says name, signature, and then the date, and I'm like, cool, I'm done. And I give it to him. And he goes, cool, thank you very much, we'll let you know what's going to happen next. And I say, cool, see you later. Once I got home, I thought to myself, I was like, shit, I signed the paperwork. I signed a blank paperwork, which you're only supposed to sign once the medical professional has filled in their side. You then read through what they've written and you confirm that everything they've written is correct to what you've told them. And then you sign it. But I already signed it while it was blank. And I was like, I don't like this. It feels weird to me. It feels weird. I don't like it. It'd probably work out in my favor. It would probably work out in my favor if I just ignored it. I was like, hey, who knows what they might do? They might just pretend like the medical professional saw me and he'll just sign me off and say everything's okay. But it just felt dishonest to me. And I was like, no, I don't like this. It feels weird. I don't like this. If this is the kind of job I'll be going into, and I was hoping they'd be professional, I'd hoping that they would be like by the book at least a little bit, you know. And before I've even got the job, it feels like a bit dodginess is going on. And I was like, I'm being put in a position where now I've signed for something when it's blank. And yeah, it just felt weird to me. It felt super weird to me. I tried to forget about it. I was like, don't worry, trust God. It will be fine. It is what it is. If God didn't want me to sign it, he would have stopped me from signing it at that point. And I was like, okay, just let it go. God will make sure you're okay. And I was like, yeah, cool. I trust God. But then as I was sitting there meditating and thinking, I was like, yeah, I trust God. But that's not the point. The point is, I feel like I am being dishonest. I feel like I am doing something wrong. And I don't like this feeling in me. I don't like that feeling in me. I don't mind doing wrong things if I feel like I'm doing the right thing. But if I am doing something that I feel is wrong, it just doesn't sit right with me. So I ended up driving back for about another 20-minute, 30-minute drive. I drove back to the place, and I went there and I said to the guy, I don't feel comfortable about signing the piece of paper that I signed. Do you mind if I have a look and just confirm exactly what I signed? And I read it and I was like, yep, I've signed for something that I shouldn't have signed for. And there was about 2-3 other forms there as well. So it wasn't just me he'd done this to. He'd done this to all the drivers. He'd got them all in for the day, and he didn't call any of them to cancel. He made us turn up, made us fill in the paperwork, and then told us to go away, and he'll call us back when there's a medical person. And I was like, look, I really don't feel comfortable leaving this with you on a blank piece of paper, like on a blank form. And I'm going to have to take it with me. Like, I can't leave this with you. Like, it's just not right for me. I could fill it out again and not sign it. And he was like, oh, well, if you want to do that, then we'll have to get you back in, but it'll have to be a full medical. It won't be one of these medicals. It'll be a full medical. And it sounded like almost like a threat. It almost sounded like a threat, like, oh, yeah, well, if you don't want to do this, then we'll have to send you in for a full medical. And I was like, well, I came in for this medical and we didn't do it. So, full medical, this medical, whatever medical, if you wanted to do it, you would have done it. And this was a new thing. This was a new thing, apparently. It was literally only in the last few days that they decided to do this. And it just felt so weird. And then he was kind of threatening me, saying, oh, you'll have to, if we call you back, you'll have to do a full medical. And I was like, well, that's fine, but why? There's so much weirdness already. Like, it feels so weird. When I first went for the interview, the guy I spoke to was absolutely amazing. The guy who held the interviews, the guy who was managing it all, and the guy who did the one-to-one interview, he was so nice. It was such a good conversation. We gelled. We were having a laugh. We were talking about stupid shit. We were talking about the job. It was nice. It was good. It was open and honest communication. It felt really good. And then this little thing that happened yesterday left a really bad taste in my mouth. And to be honest, I don't think they're going to call me back. I don't think they're going to call me back because I came back and took that paperwork off them. So, yeah, my sure job that I had, where I had been given an offer, I don't think I have anymore. Because I had to be honest. And there was this other job that I was really, really, really looking forward to. Really looking forward to it. I was really hoping that I got it. It was the one that I said I might not be able to say anything about it if I got it because of the training situation. But I didn't get it. And I might as well tell you, it was for a pilot. I applied to be a pilot. I failed one of the maths tests. I didn't fail the maths test. I just didn't get the right percentage. I didn't get enough percentage. I actually ran out of time while I was doing the maths test. But yeah, that fell through as well. So I'm just in a good mood because of God. I'm just in a good mood because of God, and trying to focus on hope, love, truth, contentment, compassion, humility. I'm just in a good mood because of life, love and life of God, but not because of any job situation. Actually, job situation is looking worse than it did last week. At least last week I had hope in the future. Right now, there's no hope in the job situation. Right now, there is always hope, but on the horizon, nothing that I can see where I might be ending up fairly soon, which is a shame because I was really hoping to start work soon. But maybe it's a sign from God. Maybe it's a sign from God that I should go on my walk instead. So who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen? I just go with the flow, trust God and his plan. He knows better than I. He knows better than I. Catherine says, great stream, guys. Thank you. Last stream was a good one. D says, yeah, seeing it later. Love your driving streams, DD. Glad you did. The sun was amazing. The sun, oh, beautiful, beautiful sun. I love the sun. Can't wait to see the sun tomorrow. D says, welcome back, Ravioli. DD was not nice at the end of last stream, but we can go back and review. I was not nice at the end of the last stream? What did I say? What did I say at the end of the last stream? Ravioli says, enjoyed the stream. Thank you. D says, yes, DD, you give your full attention. That is wise and good. Well, I try to, but because I was giving him my full attention, I wasn't giving the piece of paper my full attention. Do you know what I should have done? I should have stopped writing. I should have just stared at him and talked to him until he left, and then I should have carried on. Lesson learned, you know? Line by line, precept by precept. We learn as we move. Because I think, looking back on it now, I think that's why he was there. He was hovering over me to see if I signed it, or to confirm that I signed it, or to make sure I signed it. He might have said, oh, don't worry, just sign it, you know, if I refused. Thinking back on it now, because of the way the whole day played out. But at the time, I was trying to give him attention, and I wasn't giving what I was doing attention, hence why I made a mistake. And then I made two mistakes, one in what I was writing, so I had to cross out, rewrite it, and then one in signing the piece of paper. D says, yes, I'm going back to review. D says, once DD got home, all in God's hands. That's what I thought, but that's what I thought as well. I thought once I get home, it's all in God's hands. But then I thought, no. It's dishonest. It's dishonest. And yes, it may work in my favor. Yes, it may work in my favor, but it's still dishonest and it doesn't feel right to me. So at that point, it wasn't about just leaving it in God's hands. It was about God giving me the opportunity to, once again, fuck myself over by telling the truth. Fuck myself over by standing on the truth. It was like, demand. God's like, demand. Yeah, it's in my hands. Yeah, it's in my hands. I'll make sure you're good. But it's deceitful, isn't it? How do you feel about that? Getting a good job by lying. How do you feel? And it did not feel good. It did not feel good. And he was like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Because honestly, when I first thought of it, I was ready to run out the house and go and get the paper. I was like, nope, this is weird. I don't like the fact that I signed it and it's there. I need to go sort this out. And I was literally ready to leave out the front door. And then God stopped me and he went, no. Don't you trust me? I went, oh no, I do trust you. I do trust you. What am I doing? Yeah, do you know what? You're right. I should trust you. So I came back in, I sat back down and I was sitting there chilling. And I was like, cool. Yeah, I trust you. It's all good, God. It's all good. I trust you. And he's like, good. But was it honest? I was like, no. And how do you feel about that? Not good. What are you going to do about it? I guess I'm going back. So, yeah, I think I shot myself in the foot with that one. I don't think they will call me back, which is a shame because it would have been a really nice job and it would have been really nice to have money coming in as soon as possible. But like I said, sometimes I will tell the truth even if it fucks me over because I'm retarded like that. Ravioli says, D, what is your personal favourite verse of the chapter in the Bible? John 3:16 and 3:18, I think she said, before this thingy jumped on me. John 3:3. Nice, we'll have a read now. He says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him should not perish and should have everlasting life. John 3:3, Jesus answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven. D says, you did right, Didi. You went back, and if you are to have it, you will. God's plan, always be honest. That's what I thought. I honestly don't think it's going to work. I don't think they're going to call me back, but I was hoping that I go there and instead of giving me this attitude of, why do you want to look at it? Or, if you take it with you, then you're going to have to come in and we're not going to do this little medical. We're going to do a full medical with you. By giving me these kind of like weird vibes and these threats, it just felt like, yeah, I don't want to be here. If I don't even have the job yet and you guys are talking to me like this and acting like, I don't want to be here. I'm glad I saw this early. You know, maybe that's why God sent me back. It wasn't just to fuck myself over, but it was to see that this wasn't the right place for me. It wasn't the right place. Ravioli says, demand computers taking over. Yes, they are, but not coach driving. Coach driving will never be done by computers. There's too much responsibility of all those people's lives. And too many variables on the road. Way too many variables on the road. D says, I'm glad to see joy in you, Didi. All things work together for good. God does know. Yep, God knows everything. Love this verse too. Ephesians 2:8. For by grace ye are saved through faith, and that not of yourselves is the gift of God. Ravioli says, AI, computers, etc. The whole world changing rapidly. Yeah, but I think that's going to a bad place anyway. I think the whole AI computer stuff is taking it to a really weird place. And as much as we say that it's changing the world, all it takes is one solar flare. And all computers are useless. All these people that instead of learning a skill or learning some kind of trade or something, if a solar flare were to hit and to wipe out all computers, all these kids that have been doing nothing but learning from AI, you know, they don't even write their own essays anymore. They get AI to write their essays for them. All of these people who use AI to do all their thinking, as soon as a solar flare knocks out all computer and technology, they will be lost. They will be lost completely. Which is why I say AI is cool to assist, but not to take over. You can't let AI take over. Not in the Skynet kind of way take over, but you know what I mean, the takeover on your own ability to think or do things. D says, yes, beautiful sun. And Didi, the flower picks and you was not nice. Naughty. Got stream shut down. Oh, yeah. Yes, I was not nice. I was naughty. Yes. Ravioli says, all the people going to have to learn to code in this world. They don't even need to learn to code. You can ask AI, can you write code that does this? And AI will do it for you. And like I said, if a solar flare comes out and wipes out all computers, then knowing how to code or knowing how to use AI is useless because there's no more computers anymore. We're back to the time of where we have to learn how to live by our hands and to grow food and to make things the way life should be. I think sometimes, as much as I like technology, I love technology. I've had computers since I was a kid. I was the kid that actually bugged my parents for a computer. We didn't have a computer until I started bugging them. I was like, no, we need a computer. Everyone's going to have computers in the future. I was like telling them, look, computers are the way forward. We need a computer. Like, everything's going to be done over the computers in the future. They didn't believe me. They did not believe me. And then I had to get my friend to come in, and he literally just said the exact same thing I said. And they went, oh, yeah, you're right. And then bought me the computer. And I was like, why couldn't you just listen to me? I told you exactly the same thing, if not in more detail. But yeah, it is what it is. But I love computers. But I think that sometimes we do let computers take over on the human experience. And that's what life is for. Life is for the human experience, not the computer experience, not the simulated experience, but the human life, real life experience. D says, UT policy, you did it, got stream cut. Yep, it is what it is. D says, conviction was on you, Didi. God gave you the opportunity to be honest no matter what, to trust him. You did. God will keep you making honest choice. Hopefully, we'll see. I trust him always. D says, Didi James 117, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Trust God, be honest, he will keep you. D says, I jumped on you, Didi. You made us have to leave stream being naughty. D says, if it doesn't work, Didi, God has something better, but it may have made you stand out. All good, and could have him been having a bad day. Might not be like that all the time. No, he looked like he was in good spirits before. When I turned up, he was in good spirits because he was happy to get me to fill in the form, even though he was supposed to call me to tell me it was cancelled. But then he didn't call any of the other people that turned up throughout the day. You know what I mean? It seemed so sly and dodgy, honestly. It just felt yucky. It just felt like they're not being honest with me. And yeah, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I honestly did. But yeah, when he said those things, and then when I added all the other things that happened, I was like, okay, yeah, it's just weird. I think it was in my favor. Honestly, I think it was in my favor as well. Like I said, it would have been where they just kind of got a doctor in. The doctor wouldn't have seen us. He'd probably just tick the boxes, sign the paperwork, and say, yeah, fine, whatever. The doctor gets out of there, gets paid for a full day, but he's only done 5 minutes work, and they don't have to call people back in and have a space allocated to do the medicals. So I could understand how it could have worked out in my favor. But it just didn't sit right with me. The dishonesty, it just felt weird. Like I said, I don't mind being naughty if I'm doing it the right way. Whereas if he'd been honest with me, and he said, listen, just sign for it. The doctors will come in, they're going to do this, and then they're going to leave, and blah, blah, blah. And he was honest about it all, upfront about it, and I knew why I was signing it, and I knew why he was doing what he was doing, and I would be like, cool, I understand, I get it. You know what? You're doing me a favor. I appreciate it. Boom. It is what it is. I would have been a bit dishonest in signing it, but I would have felt good doing it because I would have been like, we're on the same page together. Because it was like, it felt so sly and weird. It was just like yucky. And I was like, no, I don't want this yuckiness. Get this yuckiness off me. So I had to do it. And yeah, hopefully something better turns out. Hopefully it's for the better, always for the better. D says AI is going to be bad for sure. Really says quantum chip as well. They all want quantum chip. It's going to destroy the earth. Algorithms, AI quantum chip. It's already happening. Yeah, it's like it's for the sake of productivity. Is productivity that much more important than life? You know, what's more important, life or productivity? Life or productivity? Life. Life is more important, you know? D says, yes, they have chip now, putting into prisoners to make them not think, and maybe no prison. They will be robot. They already kind of do that with the... well, I don't know if they already kind of do that, but they do that with certain mental institutes. The mental institutes, they give them certain drugs that numbs them out, makes them almost brain dead, and then they're just easier to control and move around. Ravioli says, scary D. D says, yes, back to growing gardens and raising chickens and fishing and hunting. All good. Yeah, that sounds amazing to me. Hard, but amazing. You know, at least it's working with our hands. Back to nature. Back to life. Be awesome. Ravioli says, they're rolling these chips and AI all over the earth now. And he says, yes, fishing, chickens, wood for the fire, farming. Yeah, sounds beautiful. The smell of a wooden fire is so good. So good. I love a good wood fire. D says, yes, the mark of the beast coming. Can't buy or sell without it, but the king comes and keeps his bride. Oh, yeah, keeps his bride. Takes out of this time of Jacob trouble. Ravioli says, hunting, I agree with you, D. D says, you did right, Didi, because God hates a liar. Always do truth. I try my best. Sometimes, like I say, I have to play with the truth a little bit, but even that sits a bit weird with me. So I try and be as honest as I can. But the other thing is I'm an idiot. I've only got 2 brain cells. Those brain cells are always working overtime. To remember all the lies I've told is too much headache. Just too much headache. Life is simpler if, you just tell the truth, because then it's like, what did you say last time? Oh, yeah, it was the truth, so it was this. Easy. Ravioli says, Bitcoin is also part of this tech AI quantum algorithm madness. D says, yes, DD could have been his sugar dropped, maybe fasting or bipolar, no sweat. God be for you, who can be against you? Another favorite verse. That's a good verse. D says, yes, cryptocurrency. Ravioli, yes, this is why you're glowing today, DD. You were honest and you glow. New day. I think I'm glowing because I had a haircut. I cut my hair today. I cut my hair. I trimmed down my beard, cleaned it all up. I think just because I washed my face and trimmed my stuff, I think I look good. You think I look good. I think I look like me. But yeah, I think that might be the glowing. That could be the glowing. Or it could be the glowing of the dragon inside. The golden dragon. D says, yes, sad brain dead from chips. Ravioli says, yes, life is more important. All praise to God. Yes, 100%. D says, yes, hard but nature and all natural food. No MSG. Yes, exactly. Good food. Organic food. And the thing is, it's like I showed a video a couple of months back, if you guys remember. It was about water holding memory, and there was like a guy who did an experiment. He had 2 jars of water mixed with rice, and to one jar he said I love you, and to the other jar he said I hate you. And over like 3-4 weeks, the jar he said I hate you to had become all moldy, and the jar he said I love you to was like he just put it in there. It looked fresh. The idea being that your thoughts affect things around you. So if you have got people growing your food and picking your food and packaging your food who are unhappy in their life, who are angry that they get paid pennies to do this hard labor, that energy that they're thinking is going into the food. And then that gets sent down to you. And then I think that's one of the reasons we have so many issues in the world nowadays. Whereas if you grow the food yourself, you appreciate the flower when it's a tiny little flower. You appreciate when it's becoming a bush. You're like, oh yeah, look, it's getting so big. Oh look, we're finally getting some tomatoes. They've got little tiny tomatoes and some big ones. And then there's love towards it. You're like, oh yeah, we're going to have the tomatoes soon. You're excited. And then the tomatoes come out and you're like, oh yeah, I love these tomatoes. They look great. And then you go and eat them, and then they taste even more amazing because it's all the love that went into it as it was growing as well, rather than just that anger and the hatred of, well, this is just my job, I hate my job. So energy is very, very important, very important, especially with food. So yeah, getting back to nature and growing our own food will be amazing for us, will be so good for us. D said Romans 3:4, God forbid, yeah, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. D says, yes, we fail, but God, grace and mercy, and we learn that truth keeps us. Ravioli says, Demand, if you have 2 brain cells, I got 1. Together we have 3. We have 3. We could do so much. We could do so much. I was going to ask you the question, but I guess you have to ask me the question. So Ravioli, you have to ask me. Say, G-Brain, what do you think, what do you want to do tonight? Say, G-Brain, what do you want to do tonight? With my 2 brain cells. D says, yes, DD, you look good. Thank you very much. That's thanks to God. God decided how I look. I've never cared about how I look. If I showed you some of my pictures from school, like, I don't think I've got any here. Yeah, I was a fat kid at school, so I've got some fat, chubby pictures of me in school and stuff. And then when I was in college, like, when I was in college, I was kind of enticed. I was gonna say made to, but I don't think made to is the right word. I was enticed to do something with my appearance, and I kind of did a little bit, but I always just did the bare minimum. Even now, this is the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum. This is just literally 0 on the sides, trim down the beard, and that's it. And just clean up the sides. That's it. Bare minimum. I don't like to put too much effort into this, because if I think too much about this, then all I'm doing is thinking about this. This isn't for me. I don't get to see this. This is for you guys. It's just a face. It's just a face. And to be honest, like I said on previous streams, it's not about the outward appearance. It's what's inside. You have to clean the cup inside. So I could look great on the outside. I might be an evil bastard inside, you know. It's about the inside that really matters. You want to find someone where the inside is beautiful. D says, wow, 2 years, jars of water. That was true, DD. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Yep. More than people know. Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. We speak life. Oh, I love it when you drop these Bible verses that kind of go along with what I'm saying. It's awesome. D says, yes, no hybrid seeds, modified. Ravioli says, in UK, minimum wage is a joke. £20 an hour isn't even enough. Look at the price of houses, flats, rates of rent, inflation, petrol, tax. It's impossible. Yeah, it is insane. It is insane. It is insane. But that's not... That's an issue with the way the country's run, the way that it's more about corporations making money than it is about the quality of life of the people who live here. You know, the right-wingers, they're not going to blame the corporations. The right-wingers are like the ones who support the corporations, because typically the right-wingers are business owners themselves. So they don't care. They're like, no, it's all about the money, it's all about the business, it's all about that. So when any issues come up in the UK, instead of blaming the government, instead of blaming the corporations, instead of blaming any of these other issues that are very relevant to the problem, they end up going and saying, no, it's the immigrants' fault. It's those immigrants that are ruining it for us. And it's like, no, you ruined it yourself. And now us immigrants that came over here thinking, hey, this is a nice place, we're getting shafted over. We're the ones working minimum wage. The immigrants are the ones working minimum wage in this country. You know what I mean? While the right wing, the business owners, are like chilling. And the left wing are probably working minimum wage too, along with us, immigrants. But the immigrants didn't come here to work minimum wage. They came here for the land of freedom. Or I think that's America, the land of freedom. But they came here for land of opportunity, like some kind of opportunity. And then they're getting the same deal as the bottom rung of society, minimum wage. And then the prices of everything being stupidly high, just like Ravioli said. Yeah, where the issue is the corporations and the government. The corporations and the government have been working hand in hand for years for their own benefit, not for the benefit of the people, not for the quality of life of the people that live in this damn country, but for the quality of life of the politicians and the CEOs of the businesses. And especially like with the tax situation, you know, like Nike hasn't paid tax in the UK, Starbucks hasn't paid tax in the UK. Nobody goes on about these things anymore. They mentioned it a few times, but how often do you see a right-winger say, oh no, this is wrong, we need GB News? When do you see them going about this? Maybe they have recently, maybe they haven't. I don't remember seeing them going on about this. I normally see them going on about the immigrant issue. So it shows you people's priorities. Ravioli says average house price is like 280k to 300k. Yep. Typically I say that house prices go about 100k per bedroom. So if you pay 100k for a house, it'll be like a 1-bedroom flat somewhere. If you pay 200k, then it'll be a 2-bedroom flat. 300k, a 3-bedroom house maybe, or a 2-bedroom house. And then it goes up like that, depending on the size of the rooms and stuff like that, the location. But from what I remember back in the day, it was about 100k a room, like bedroom. D says, come to the US Ravioli. D, I would like that, but that isn't easy. God can make a way. He could always make a way. Ravioli says, in the USA you can set up business, property, etc. Here in the UK is insane. Yep. Ravioli says 300k average price of average houses. Yeah. The house my dad bought many years ago, back in 2004-ish. This is a good 20 years ago. Was about 500k. It was stupid amounts. And I was like, Dad, for that kind of money, we could have bought a mansion in the countryside. At that time, 20 years ago, for that kind of money, we could have bought a mansion in the countryside. But yeah, he wanted to be close to London. I wanted to be close to the countryside. He says, yes, it does seem really hard for you guys. It's easy for me to come to America. I've got a special visa from when I was working as cabin crew, which kind of allows me to go into America for the next 10 or 20 years. So yeah, I could head over, but I don't think I want to. So in USD, that's $387,000 for a 3-bedroom townhouse. But the thing is, in America, the houses are a lot bigger. Ravioli, the houses in America are, well, it depends on the location again, but some of the houses, they are beautiful and massive, and it's like Canada and America have got some great houses. D says, I'll give you Bible nuggets, Didi, always finding them. Yeah, you do. I like it. I love it. And like I said, for me, someone who doesn't read the Bible or know much of the text, it's nice to see that, hey, what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about isn't complete shit. I know what I'm talking about is the truth. But it's nice to get a confirmation from the Bible and stuff like that, or the Quran, for me to understand that, hey, other people can see that I'm talking the truth and they can agree when it resonates with their texts, which is always good. That's the average prices in the UK. That's crazy. Minimum wage here is $12.50 hourly. Yeah, it's gonna go up though, apparently, isn't it? $11. Ravioli says, D, I would love to come and live in the USA. I would live happily in the USA, but USA is not easy to migrate to though. I might wait, I missed some. I would even join the US Army happily. Really, Ravioli? Damn. Okay. I think that's a bit extreme. I would not be joining their army. I wouldn't fight for any government that I did not trust. D says, need to be your own boss. The price of eggs here are crazy, but if you have a farm with chickens, things are a lot better. Farming or beekeeper, honey's good. Honey's always good, yeah. And it's good for the environment, having bees. Ravioli said, UK is a nightmare. There is no opportunity here. There's opportunities here. It's just, it's a lot harder to get your foothold in. If you want to get married, 2 children, a business and a property, yeah. You would make a good one for military, says D. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. Ravioli says here in the UK that is 1 to 1.5 million. Damn. So basically, on minimum wage to have an average property, wedding, 2 children, it takes 60 years. I might not live that long. Nope. D says thinking about selling mine ravioli near a casino, and they are buying up houses like crazy. Sell and move to country. Maybe an idea. Thinking, D, if they are buying up houses, double check. But the longer you hold out, the higher the price goes. Because obviously, if they end up buying all the houses around you and your house is the only one that they haven't bought, at that point you could kind of put any price on it, and they'd have to pay it. But if they're offering you something good anyway, then yeah, why not go to the country? Forget the games. Straight to the country. Ravioli says, let me pitch a garden in your tent. Oh, let me pitch a garden in your tent? Let me pitch a tent in your garden. I'm just going to skip some of these because I'm about to end the stream. Oh, damn, Ravioli, you sleeping in a van time to time. Damn, bro, I'd give you a place to sleep on my sofa. Especially when it's cold out there, man. Whereabouts in the UK are you? Are you watching from a van at the moment? Or are you like, have you got a place at the moment? D says you should go up and talk about it. Compliment Ravioli, smart, and got a good head on his shoulders. D says, okay, DD, they are buying all around me, and I have a lot beside me. Don't need. No worries, it is what it is. If they throw out an offer, you could always, like you said, head off to the country. Ravioli says it's surprising me in the UK that people put up with nonsense here. Yeah, people put up with a lot of nonsense. People put up with a lot of nonsense. We saw during COVID. During the lockdowns, they put up with a lot of nonsense. You know, being told where they can't go, when they can't go, and all this other crap. And while the leaders of the country were sitting around, not social distancing, having drinks, alcoholic drinks, and food at the Prime Minister's house, we were sat at home told we can't leave. You know, bullshit. I left anyway. I hope you guys left anyway. I wasn't really listening to them. I never trusted them with the whole COVID thing. But yeah, I'm not talking about me. It's more about those people who were wanting to see family, you know, people who were in hospital and they wanted to go see them and they were told they weren't allowed to. People who were in nursing homes or care homes and they weren't allowed to go see their family. You know, I think that's a sickening thing. For me, it didn't bother me too much because I did what I want to do, you know. I'm a rebel when I need to be. But for those people, yeah, that must have been a tough time, especially for so long as well. I think, nearly a year and a half that we were on lockdown or something? It was stupidness. Ravioli says, it surprised me in the UK that people... Oh, I read that one. Ravioli says, thank you, Deman. I've got a friend who slept in a boat in a small harbour. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I love boats. I want to get a boat one day. Sail around the world. If I live long enough. Like from the 1950s. D dropped the Praising Frequencies link. Thank you very much, D. Putting the music channel up there. That's the music channel, guys, for Praising Frequencies. Do go ahead and check it out. Ravioli says English put up with it. Keir Starmer broke the law. Angela Rayner didn't social distance. Boris broke the law. Yeah, but all the people, all the actual residents, or most of the residents, kept to the rules. And that's why I'm saying, like, the English people, those actual English people that are the people, they put up with a lot of nonsense. They ate that bullshit sandwich and asked for more. Please, sir, may I have some more? Boris is a joke, though. Ravioli says, I had a friend die of COVID. Oh, no way. That bad? We have to talk about this. Oh, no, she died alone and terrified. That is sad. The family couldn't see her in the hospital. What the hell? Yeah, it's a bit weird with the whole dying with COVID thing, because I know a lot of these hospitals were incentivized because they were told that every patient that have with COVID, they got extra money. So, and a lot of deaths, if they said that the cause of death was COVID, they got money for that as well. So a lot of them were incentivized in order to make COVID bigger than it was. So I would like to hear more information about that if you know more information. Whether an autopsy was done. Because I know that, say if you had COVID and you went to the doctors and the doctor went, oh, you've got COVID, you need to social distance. And you went, okay. And then you walked out of the doctor's office and got hit by a bus. When they came down to writing your death certificate, they say death by COVID rather than death by bus hitting you. So, yeah, I'm a bit iffy on the whole situation on that. But yeah, it's sad. She was alone and terrified. That is so damn sad. That's the shit that kind of pisses me off. That's the shit that kind of wants me to go, fuck this shit. We need revolution right fucking now. Before these fuckers get another chance to do anything like that again. Fucking hell. He says, yes, Ravioli, my hubby did. Between that and cancer, his immune was down. Shit. Ravioli says, demand this boat size of a kitchen table. Has it got a roof though? Has it got an inside? Or is it literally just sitting on the back of a speedboat kind of thing? Or like a little rowboat? Ravioli says, D, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that, D. D says, Ravioli, I was in ICU with him 33 days. He was on a ventilator and I would never want anyone to go through that. Damn. But he's in a better place now. Not around these idiots. D says, yes, Ravioli, he is home, a better place, no more pain, yeah, or suffering. I will see him one day. Exactly, D, exactly. You'll see him 100%. Ravioli says, my dad died end of Feb 2020. I had iPad looking up COVID. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. It's never easy losing loved ones. Honestly, I spend most of my day worrying about loved ones sometimes. I spend most of my day sitting around going, I hope they're okay. It's never easy losing them. You don't want anyone to kind of like... And you don't want anyone's life to be cut short, do you? You want them to have a full life and to live as much as possible. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, God's timing is God's timing, and He knows best. He always knows best, and we got to trust Him. Ravioli says, I had 7 nurses looking over my shoulder. NHS nurses begging me not to turn the iPad off. Why were they begging you not to turn the iPad off? Were they trying to figure out COVID from your iPad? I'm confused on that, Ravioli. Why were the nurses begging you not to turn off the iPad? D says, never easy, but God gives us strength and everyone has an appointment. Yes, exactly. Yes, it is. Never easy, and God does give us strength. But yeah, everyone has an appointment one day. We just don't know when our appointment's up. You know, when your ticket's called, your ticket's called. Ravioli says, life is tough, man. Yeah. Jitten says, hello, stream still on. Actually, Jitten, this is a second stream. My first stream got cut off because of copyright, and then I ended up starting this one called Being Naughty, because I was naughty on my last stream. It is what it is. And he says, one day at a time, 100%. You can only take it one day at a time. It's never going to be easy, especially when it's fresh. But one day at a time. Ravioli says they were reading about COVID. They had no clue. And they were nurses. That's... Well, I guess it's... They're only getting the information we're getting as well. They don't have any extra information, I guess. When I was cabin crew, was when I found out about COVID. And I think I was going to South Africa. And it was literally on the way there. They were like, oh, we don't know what's going on. Someone said something about this thing called COVID. And all the passengers were telling us all the information. We had no clue. We were just like, oh, yeah, we're about to fly off. And they're like, oh, is it safe? Do we need masks on? What do we do? I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, no, COVID. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just the flu. But, yeah, I didn't realize what COVID was until I landed and did my own research. And then I was like, okay, cool. Still thought it was the flu. You know, for the young ones anyway. For the young ones, it's just a flu. For the older generation, the flu's deadly. For the older generation, the flu is deadly. But for young people, typically, if you're healthy, if you haven't got any underlying health conditions, then you should be able to overcome a regular old flu. But yeah, with the older generation and those who have got pre-existing conditions, that could be a bit iffy. Ravioli says the nurses were terrified. They hadn't been informed or briefed. Yeah, like us on the plane. No clue, no anything. And then the passengers are telling us everything. And we're like, oh, really? Really? Is that what's going on? Oh, you can't go to this airport. You can't go into this country without getting special permission or without being quarantined first. Really? I didn't know that. Me as someone who flies all the time. He says Hebrews 9:27, and as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. Ravioli says the doctors in NHS had told them nothing. Yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Communication is so poor in all aspects of life. He says I was up there for a week with hubby on oxygen but came home. Ravioli says to man, I've got a few stories to tell you maybe. My dad was in hospital in 2018 and 2019. Yes, Ravioli, you need to get up more and tell us. I've got a story to tell you that would shock you about COVID in the hospital system. This was 2018 and the start of 2019. Ravioli, do you want to save that? What we'll do is we can do a stream tomorrow where we could talk about this stuff. You know, we'll talk about COVID and we'll talk about anything else you want to talk about. We'll do a stream dedicated to yourself and just getting to know you and all the different aspects of the stories you want to tell and whatnot. I think it'll be interesting. Like I said, I don't know much about you. I know that you were on Big Nose's stream. I know you were nice, polite. I know that you used to read the Quran, but I don't know. Oh, and I think you gamble. I think you're the gambling guy. But that's all I know. Oh, and the dog, Izzy. That's all I know. I don't know much about you as a person. So if you're free tomorrow evening, come on up and we'll have a nice long discussion. You can tell me the stories about all these other things as well, and we could just catch up. D says yes, but God is good. His will, his purpose. Yes, 100%. It's always up to him. What happens in life? Rioli says D, God is the greatest of all. Yes, he is. God loves, gives us strength, and we know not what tomorrow will bring, but we know who holds tomorrow. 100%. Ravioli says, I personally think nurses should be paid more and they should lower the doctors' pay. 100% agree. Nurses do so much hard work. They do 90% of the heavy lifting. Doctors just come in, tick, 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 tick. Yep, carry on. Don't get me wrong. Doctor's job is important as well. It's super important. But nurses don't get paid enough. They definitely don't get paid enough for the amount of hard work they do. And yeah, I think doctors have always had pay rises. I think we could leave the doctors' pay rise for a while and we could work on the nurses. Because it is a skilled job. It is something that requires someone to be focused, you know. Could you imagine a nurse administering the wrong drugs to someone because they're tired? You know, it could easily happen. They're the ones who are doing the administering, you know. The doctor will give you the prescription. Yeah, cool. He's writing the prescription out, but he's doing that for 100 people. Whereas the nurse, she might have 200 people in a ward that she has to actually go and give the drugs to. And, you know, yeah. More staff, more nurses, better pay. There's a whole bunch of things we could do with the whole system. We could. There's so much restructuring that needs to be done. Not streamlining like they're trying to do in America, but restructuring. And then also reinvestments and sometimes even retraining in certain areas. But that's not just NHS. This is all areas of every industry at the moment. It all needs a revamp. That's what I'm saying. Revolution. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. Ravioli says no, rubbish, overworked and underpaid. Yes. Laughing at Ziggy. The betting, yes, I am dealing with. It's the man. Yeah, no worries. In your own time. It's not a thing to do with me. It's just one of the things I know of you because of the other stream. That's it. I'm not judging. In fact, I'm gonna go play the lottery tomorrow. I'm gonna go play the lottery for this Friday. This Friday, last time I checked, was £107 million jackpot. So my dad wanted me to go put a ticket for him. So when I go and get him a ticket, I'll grab myself a ticket too and see what happens. Fingers crossed, you know. And like I said, with the National Lottery, I don't feel bad about doing that because it's like the money you give them goes towards good causes. They, like my high school, it had a whole sports center donated by the lottery people. The lottery people paid for a whole massive sports center to be built, where they had like indoor basketball courts, tennis courts, badminton, five-a-side football fields, they hockey field. Like they went all out. And this was all money from the National Lottery, all money from the gambling people, because they give it back to the community and they try and help the people in the local area. So yeah, no judgment here, bro. No judgment here. And like you said, sometimes you're living in your van, I think you said. So I get it. Times are tough, bro. It is what it is. Ravioli says, I'm not proud of the bets I make, but it's small amounts, but I will defeat it. There we go. Yeah, as long as you're doing it responsibly, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, and you know what you need to do. Ravioli says, D, I got the Super Bowl right. Nice one, bro. I saw Dra leave early demand. I don't know what that means. I saw Dre leave early. Yeah, I don't know what I saw Dra leave early means, man. Sorry, bro. Oh, doctors. I saw doctors leave early demand. Gotcha. Doctors were leaving 2 hours early some days. Damn. There we go. Yeah, it's okay for them, but not for the nurse. D says, cool, little, not bad. Don't get addicted. Yes, exactly. Ravioli says, true, D, I'm not perfect. Nobody is, but will rid myself of it. D says, most I won was £500. Ooh, that's a big win. That's nice. That's a lot. Do a lucky dip. Yeah, I was thinking in set numbers. I was thinking about doing a lucky dip, but then I was also thinking maybe I should pick the numbers. So I'm gonna have a little meditation, and then write some numbers down, and then I'll also do a lucky dip. We'll see how I feel. D says, yes, went to the casino a couple of times, but not much, so don't do that. Maybe once a year, maybe. Yep. As long as you're not putting yourself in the hole. Ravioli says, I had a dream someone I knew won 35 million or 53 million. Lottery helped build a community centre near me also. Yeah, they do a lot of good work. The National Lottery. I used to work for them. I used to actually answer the phone calls for them. So I actually gave away £500,000 to a woman who won it on a scratch card. And then I gave a guy, well, two different guys. I gave one of them $1 million, and then the other one I think was $2 million, if I remember correctly. So yeah, really cool. And they do a lot of good work. And I think that's it. We are caught up with the chat. Yes, we're caught up with the chat. Ran half an hour over the midnight deadline, but you know what? I did start up a second stream, and the conversation was good and sad at the same time on some of the conversation things. Don't worry, it's fine, it's okay. It's life, I know, but yeah. I'm glad you guys are in good spirits about it. D says it's midnight hour for DD. Yes, the midnight hour. So this is where I'm going to end the stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this second being naughty stream since we messed up the first stream. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you all being here, and on the other stream, those of you who watched both streams, I appreciate you all. Ninjas, haters, lovers, commenters, ninjas, lovers, haters, commenters. There's one more. Ninjas, lovers, commenters, haters, watchers. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I shall hopefully see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get Ravioli up for a nice conversation tomorrow as well. And hopefully we get to learn a little bit about him and maybe his beliefs, because I think he's a Muslim, but he's also studying the Christian religions as well, so that'll be interesting to get his take on some of these opinions, and he knows about Bahaism as well, so that'll be really interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing evening. Thank you again, appreciate you all, love you all. I am the dust at the feet of God's servants, and only God is special. I said I am the dust at the feet of God's servants. Only God is special. Bye guys.
Finding a way through the stones, through the clay, but the rain falls so sweet, giving strength to my feet. Cool breeze whispers my name, washes away all my pain. Now my soul feels so light, dancing free in the light. Cool breeze whispers my name, washes away all my pain. Now my soul feels so light, dancing free in the light. Springtime blooms and I break free, growing to the sun that's calling me. Your love leads me to grow to heights I thought I would never know. Morning dew kisses the leaves, dancing soft in the golden breeze. Every drop a sweet embrace, giving life with gentle grace. Hummingbirds hum, bees take flight, butterflies paint the sky so bright. In the garden love is sown, under the sun we've always known. Springtime blooms and I break free, growing to the sun that's calling me. Your love leads me to grow to heights I thought I would never know. Moon kisses the leaves take flight, butterflies paint the sky so bright. In the garden love is sown, under the sun we've always known. Cool breeze whispers my name, washes away all my pain. Now my soul feels so light, dancing free in the light. Springtime blooms and I break free, growing to the sun that's calling me. Your love leads me to grow to heights I thought I would never know. Morning dew kisses the leaves, dancing soft in the golden breeze. Every drop a sweet embrace, giving life with gentle grace. Morning dew kisses the leaves, dancing soft in the golden breeze. Every drop a sweet embrace, giving life with gentle grace. Humming dew kisses the leaves, dancing soft in the golden breeze. Every drop a sweet embrace, giving life with gentle grace. Giving life with gentle grace, giving life with gentle grace. Stretch long, reaching high, lifting my spirit to the sky. Through the trials, through the rain, still I rise, free from pain. Every flow starts so small, but love will help it stand tall. With the truth shining down, angels like we wear the crown. The light keeps shining, guiding my soul. Through the highs, through the lows, still I know. Every struggle, every storm makes me strong. I keep moving, keep growing, keep holding on.